the show. I'm your host, Big Daddy Bugs. Yeah, and my co-host, Ladies Love Alfred, and Cousin Alfred, and you stumbled upon the Grow Under the Stairs. Ladies and gentlemen, Alaska Edition Part 2, the Alaskan series. Oh yeah, we car shows, training, and down to gun. Yeah, we got a good one for you all today. Man, what's going on? Listen, my next door neighbor, Dan. With the gun? Yeah, that guy. So making sure we're on the same page. Knows I do these videos for you too. He also loves weed. He hits me up last week and says, "Hey man, oh God, I know some spots around town where you could get some footage for your little video." Did he just say little? He did, but I had to let it go. He had the gun out. So you a bitch. Calm down. Listen, I'm just setting up the story and explaining why there are so many nature shots in this video. He scared you into them? No, he just had like a very open carry gun way about him. You know, very. Are you getting extorted in Alaska for nature shots? Man, back up, dog. Coming up, yeah. We from New York. We're supposed to be tough. Gonna go over just under 2 weeks of flower in this video, starting right as we left off on last video and ending just before week number 5 of flower. If you're new here, currently I got 12 cultivars going, half of them being ran organically, half synthetically. In this channel, I take some of them out week by week to check their development, and of course for your viewing pleasure. That's nice. Some of these cultivars are clones that we ran in the past. In those cases, we tend to throw a little flashback footage of the same plant in order to compare and contrast. Also, final top dressing for our organic side. And Alaska got old schools, man. What other bitches say? Yeah, sure. Hey! Got some footage of that for you. Yeah. Also, in the comments, we heard you loud and clear on last week's video, so more cats for this video. Yeah, along with the nature shots. That made you take. Got a bunch of cats for you. And at the end of it all, got a mini movie for you. Oh yeah, listen. Live for Alfred. It's epic. Like, I'm doing epic stuff at this point in my life. You know what I mean? Starting downstairs in my cousin's garage, where our 12 plants are currently living. They look so happy. All facts, We got 6 in each tent, and the tent themselves are oversized 2x4 spaces, provided to us by our lovely sponsors over there at spiderfarmer. Oh, stop it! What, Alfred? What? You're saying that because it's time to renew your contract. Thanks, Dan. Me? Oh, come on, Alfred. That's not how I operate. Right. It is true that my contract is about to be up with spiderfarmer. I was just saying that the lights and the tents that I've been running, discount code Alfred. There's no more shame left in this, man. Have been doing good for me. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Got 2 different lights going over here on our synthetic side, both of them currently running at about 90% power. As we've noted on previous videos, the 2 plants on the right started the flowering cycle a little bit later than the rest of the plants. So you will notice some discrepancy between the size of the nug as we pan through these plants. For this side, I've been running Jack's 3-2-1 formula, not sponsors, it's just what I'm running. And for the last 2 weeks, I've added Advanced Nutrients Big Bud as a PK booster. This all being fed through an automatic watering system. However, I don't mean to complicate none of this for you. I do have a organic side on the other hand that we will check out, and we do everything manually. But for this one, the system does water these plants once a day, and I replaced the 20-gallon reservoir once a week. This is just a quick overview of the setup. More details to come if you're patient as we take these plants out in this video. And moving on to the organic side, definitely got some funky colors going on, a little bit of fading, which probably shouldn't be happening at all this early. But I also noticed that most of it is happening towards the top part of the plant. This leads me to believe that the light intensity is probably a little bit too high for these plants. So I went ahead and bumped the power light down from 95 to about 85%, which is normally what I run this at. That purple plant you are currently observing is the Kyro. And because we've been running this particular cultivar for years in this channel, we know that that is just part of what it does. On screen, some nug shots from previous runs, and even when we get really deep into this, you can see the color not only in the leaves for this cultivar, but actually within the nug. As far as the smoke, it's not my favorite, but I've kept this cultivar this long simply because of its beautiful structure. And the plan has always been to cross it with my prized pheno of Orangella, which is actually currently in the works. So yeah, listen, Big Daddy said. By the way, while I was looking for the footage of that nug, in that same video, I ran across the training for this plant that we made, and boy, just want to show it off a little bit, man. We was doing some good work back then. I know, what happened? Oh, come on. Thanks, Dan. By the way, airflow is super important when you're putting these many plants into a confined space. I have 2 rotating 6-inch fans in each one of these tents, and I would have more. If it weren't for them pesky kids! Man, back up, Alfred. Back up, Alfred.
Day 430 of being an inside cat. Well, I am grateful of the food and the environment I am provided. I can't help but to look out and see all these other cats just having fun in nature and wonder when it will be my turn.
Sure, of course. Listen, of course. Speak your mind, Cat. Speak your mind. Let's move on. We're taking out some of these plants and checking out their development. Starting with a rerun from last season, the Chimera junkie from Kyro genetics. Now, this plant was ran synthetically last time, and that was our very first time running this cultivar. This time around, we switched it to organic to see what differences we could make happen, or we could notice. For your viewing pleasure, let's do a little flashback and check out what that looks like. This plant comes from mixing the Chimera number 3 with the Cap junkie. Chimera number 3 is another cultivar that we are currently running. And as you could tell by the plant rotating on screen, this was super frosty, dog. This was beautiful. We ended up cutting this one at week number 10 of flower. On the nose, sweet candy, man, and it smokes pretty potent too. Back to what the plant looks like today, being ran organic. You could tell that frost is gonna be consistent throughout. What's interesting to me thus far is that the structure of the nug seems to be changing a little bit, and I'm hoping it's for the better. One of the negatives that I would say about this plant is the size of the nug. When we previously ran, it was very underwhelming. The trim was fire because it is so frosty, but trimming the actual plant because of that little spiral type of structure the nug had just sucked. It just 2.6 ounces was what we harvested out of this last time. I do think we're gonna do a little bit better this time around. Moving on to some more of that footage we captured with Dan. This was my very first time at the quote-unquote beach in Alaska. Man, that ain't no beach. It's an Alaskan beach, Alfred. Let me paint the picture for you, bro. Pretend that that's Dan. I know that's Bill Ward, but you know, they give off similar vibes. And then there's me, and then Dan's gun in the beach. I'm not going to the beach that day. Right. I do want to say that everyone in Alaska has a gun, so this is not weird. But Dan open carries flagrantly. Dan don't give a f***. And that's different from me because it's not just Dan. It's Dan with the gun. You don't get one without the other. Anyway, some cool plane footage. You actually can stand at the top of that hill, and the planes will literally feel like they're about to crash into you. We didn't do it this time because there's actually a lot of tourists up there. Motherfucker, you're a tourist. I know. I'll eventually get some footage of that for you guys. Moving on to the final top dressing that we're gonna be doing for this organic side. You can look back at the videos of this series to get the specific information, but I believe we top dressed right before we flipped to flower, week number 1 of flower, and being this week number 4 right now, we're doing the final top dressing for it. Yep, water it in. I used 1 tablespoon per gallon of media of Dr. Earth's 394 formula and left it at that. If you'd like, I would also recommend maybe 2 tablespoons per gallon of media of worm castings as well to maintain a healthy microbial population in your mix. So we move on to the Kyro from Belief. We did speak on this briefly in this video while it was still in the tent. We do have to take it out, and I wanted to show it to you in all its glory. Along with the Orangelo, which we will not be seeing in this video. This is the longest cultivar we've had running in this channel. And because of that, we have plenty of footage from previous runs of this very plant that we could compare to. Gee, huge! As a fact, Alfred, the least amount of branches you have seems to correlate to the size of the nug when the amount of media it's in doesn't change. In the previous example, the plant only had 2 branches as I was just testing it out. And now currently on screen, you can see how the same plant seems to magically morph into something totally different when the growing conditions change. Yeah, look at that. The one thing that I've always critiqued about this plant is the lack of a strong nose from it. I don't know why, I just don't get nothing from it. On the jar is a little bit of a honey tone to it, but even then I feel like I really have to search for it. I gifted J Dirt Exotics a cut of this plant, and as you can see by the text message he sent to me, the experience with this plant on his side seems to be different. No, you hang up, JD. By the way, can't complain about no cat footage on this video. Look at that. Anyway, the feedback JD has been getting from the plant that he ran from this clone has been amazing all around, making people in his circle even wonder if my ex had put a hex on me to prevent terps from appearing in this plant. Listen, I ain't making, look at the text, I ain't making this up. We move on to the Grandpa's Cookies R2V1 from Etho. 3rd time running this plant in this channel, 2 times from seed, this time is from a clone that we ran on last season. Yeah, I'm pretty high on this plant, literally and figuratively. This plant has a little bit of everything. Last time we ran this synthetically, and again swapping it out to the organic side. See what differences we may find. On screen, a flashback of last season's growth. If you were one of the lucky ones that tuned in when we harvested this plant, I'm sure you remember. Yo. Middle of the video, dog. I apologize, but I just needed to interrupt because my man right here is trying to make a. Oh, he already made it. A bubble nest. Look at that. Yeah, he's still alive. He's the same fish. Look at that. I'll play about the things I keep in mind. Look at that. Ah, man, I was he was making it, bro. Anyway, back to the video. Fish making me jump out of character. Yeah, shout out to the fish. think his name is Charles III. I forget. Anyway, we made fun of this plant as we were growing it because the description for it, as far as the terps, said sandalwood. And I never seen another plant being described with that scent. Not only that, I didn't even know what sandalwood was. So uncultured. This eventually prompted me to buy sandalwood scented beard oil online.
Even though you don't have a beard. Thanks, Dan.
Relax, Alfred. Relax. It's just a small beard, bro. Anyway, to my surprise, they were right. They nailed it, bro. It actually does smell like the thing that I'm wearing. In real life, this plant does seem to be developing exactly the same as it did on the synthetic side. And I'm happy about that, because this is a pretty complete plant. Happy to recommend it to you. Moving on to some more of the footage that we got with our friend Dan. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I know the history of Alaska. These are things that I'll be learning as I explore more. It is a big fishing and hunting community, and we went to this particular place to watch the whales being fed.
My man said whales.
I know, listen, Alaska is crazy. It's like a video game. Anyway, while you watch this footage, let me tell you real quick how I met Dan. Because I know that history. My cousin had already introduced me to him, but I never been to his place. And one day, I just got bored and I decided to knock on his door. I could tell I had just woken him up. And I was like, hey man, I'm bored, man. You wanna go drinking on me? And he said, bro, it's 10 a.m., bro. I'm exaggerating, but he invited me in and we just hang out now. It's just like my buddies. So we move on to the Truffalo. First time run for this channel. This was gifted to us by J Dirt Exotic. And he's been very excited about this plant, and I can see why. This is extremely frosty already. And as far as size, seems to be ahead of most of the other plants. This plant was hunted from a Truffaloha number 2 pack, originally from Belize, which JD then selfie. He texted me this extra information on it for your viewing pleasure. In it, he boasts about the grape smell that this has.
With a hint of coconut in the back.
My man made a fruit salad. Anyway, I'll let you know how those terps develop for me as we keep going in this grow. As we move on to a little bit of weekend fun here in Alaska. My cousin's business had a booth here in this car show, so he invited me over to come people watch and enjoy some of the festivities that Alaska has to offer. I know it's hard to believe that a place with a climate like Alaska would have these type of cars, but I seem to see these around more often than I would in any other state. I spoke to someone on Instagram who noted that perhaps because you could only ride these cars around 2 to 3 months a year, that they end up being better maintained in a place like this.
Makes sense to me.
Anyway, I don't really know about cars.
Broke people often don't.
But I do know what looks cool to me, and this is what I captured for you. Yeah. So we will be getting right back to the plants, and of course the ALFREDS Chronicles right after. But for now, enjoy some original music by channel viewer Germ as you enjoy these beautiful old school cars. Oh yeah.
Holla, Miss Marijuana. Holla, Miss Marijuana. Holla, Miss Marijuana. Marijuana, wanna. Twister, I get in the zone. Hit her when I'm all alone. She partially to blame for them nights that I stayed in the streets and was not coming home. Smoke a whole ounce to the dome. Stuff a whole eighth in the cone. Don't need to be signed to flip mode. They head up my plug like give me some more. Every day I'm at the store. More cigarettes and cigars. I'm such a regular chick at the register. Grabs them when I hit the door.
My man says stork. Moving on to week 4.5 of flower, and right now what you are looking at is the synthetic side. Now we're only gonna be taking out one of these pots containing 2 of the plants that we're running. The reason is because these are the ones that are more ahead, so they actually have something for us to look at. 2 plants in this pot, both of them coming from Sea Canary. On one side we got the Miracle Candy, on the other one we got the Rainbow Dash. Both of these were non-feminized, however ended up being female, which is why we have both of them in the same pot. First time run for both of these, so we don't have any flashbacks to go to, outside of the crazy frost that you're able to observe on camera. What I can't tell you is that there was a very sweet smell emanating from that area where the plants were. I didn't go looking for which one of the 2 it was. This will be something we take more interest in as the grow goes. And hey man, this has been 14 minutes.
Here we go.
Listen, I'm just wondering if you been here 14 minutes, you hit the like button yet, dog? No? You're not that kind of person. You just, okay. Now, listen, if that's who you is, that's who you is.
Messing it all up.
No. I'm just illustrating that I'm a giver. Look, this took me a week and a half to do, and I'm giving it to you for free.
Oh, God.
And I'm just saying, and you're here accepting all of it, and you don't even want to give me like a like. You don't thumbs up, nothing, a little share, a little something. No? No, okay. No, I'm just saying that's who you are. Listen, we cool, dog. I'm just saying we not the same. You know what I mean? Moving on to the final time you'll be seeing these plants in this video, and this is week number 5 officially of flower. Oh yeah. Yeah, everything is winning out here. Listen, we usually tend to cut these plants anywhere between week 8 and week 10 of flower, with the organic side normally being done first. I'm keeping the lights on this side at around 90% power because they have been handling it pretty well. Towards the last 2 weeks of flower, I tend to lower them a little bit more, especially if it's too hot out, to try to maintain those terps from burning and evaporating off. Of course, this is temperature dependent. If the temperature is cool enough and the plants don't seem to mind, then I'll maintain the light at what it is. On the organic side, we lowered it to 85%.
They got big!
Right? Just like in like half a week. Great. Same deal, we'll ride it out till the end and see how the plants react. And adjust towards the last 2 weeks, depending on the temperature. Yeah, now before we jump into the skit, just want to give a huge shout out to the Patreons of this channel.
What up?
Not gonna show you in this one, but you're gonna get extra love next week. Just a lot going on in this video already.
Tell in the face while I'm locking the door. Like, why you bother me for? Hey, yo, man, what you doing, dog?
I'm putting on a disguise, Alfred.
For what?
Wanna make sure I don't get recognized out in these streets.
Man, no one know you loser.
100% Latino, Dominican and Puerto Rico. The way that I'm blowing it, constantly rolling it, I look like I'm the Latino.
I thought we were training in the garage,
This is
dog.
for real, so we're gonna train for real.
Who is that?
The question is, what are you wearing, dog?
Me? Something like, dog, I'm ready to fight. You know what I'm talking about. What's up? You the train or what? What, dog? So? My mom gave this to me.
Hey, look at this.
What? Why you touching me,
Hey, yo,
dog?
my man really made it through life with no tattoos.
Oh. Really? That's what you think is funny?
My man still rocking his default character.
Laugh all you want. I don't care. I'll do the little dance too.
You a bitch.
Oh, come on.
And I need to toughen you up. Get over there now.
Oh, the deadlift machine. Listen, I used to lift weights back in Planet
Hey,
Fitness.
what the
I
fuck
know
you
all-
doing? You gonna stretch, my man. You're 43. You gonna hurt yourself. You see that man over there?
Bro, who is that?
He's the man that don't got insurance for you, cause you ain't part of this gym.
What?
Now grab the rope and put it between
Fine,
one of your
fine.
legs.
Bro,
We're
this is
gonna
stupid,
figure
bro.
this out.
Is he really just gonna stand there?
Motherfucker, you embarrassed me in front of him. Listen.
Oh, man. Alfred, listen, this is crazy. How you even know this guy? Well, why is he just waving?
All right, I'll level with you. Listen.
Bro, you got me so confused, bro.
I'm just trying to get 1 month free membership to this gym.
What's up, guys? Come to Hunter's Garage Gym here in Anchorage, Alaska. You can also find us on social media at Hunter's Garage Gym. Follow us.
Hell yeah. That was more like 2 free months for that.
My man, what?
Focus. We're here to train, and we're here to train for him. The untrained astronaut. The man that put your cousin in a coma.
He put you in a coma.
I see what you did there. Anyway, I finally put it together and realized what it is that he wants from you.
Great.
I've been following him on Instagram and put AI to track for facial recognition through all his posts. And look at what I found.
Stop it.
June 30th at 7.
Stop it.
Motherfucking Satin Alfred.
I remember very well what we did to Satin Alfred.
Not the mustache.
Stripped him of his heritage. Added with the nonsense outfit.
Wait, not the 1970s Satin.
But it was what needed to be done at that time. We were doing what we thought was right.
This isn't over, Big Daddy.
We'll have to find it and dispose of it.
Not by a long shot. Satin Alfred knows your identity, Manny. They're gonna tell the world.
To be continued. Will untrained astronaut tell everybody who Big Daddy's real identity is? Will Spider-Farmer renew their contract with Big Daddy, or will Big Daddy be broke? Did Alfred hit this and more in a future episode?
Oh, I got you.
Just go for it. Alright, let me get a. Do it again.
The place. What do you expect? He's always gonna be here.
Do I say my thing? At Hunter's Garage Gym. Follow us.
Hell yeah. Alright, just there you go.